Hey gardeners, today we're talking all about drip irrigation. We're going to start off today's video by introducing to all the parts and pieces that you will need. First things first, it's going to be your 1/2-inch tubing. This is what's going to be the main line for your drip system. You're going to want to run at the perimeter into all your beds. And from this is where you're going to tap in and put all your emitters and drip tapes. So 1/2-inch tubing, most important thing to have. Well, I guess the timer, and I'll get to that later on in the video. Your next thing is going to be 1/4-inch tubing. So I will slowly go through the video and run you on all the different things, but 1/4-inch tubing is going to be your small tubing. This is what you're going to be able to tap into, and I'm sorry about I don't even know why they're running a siren right now. There's definitely not a tornado. So our next tubing that we can use possibly is going to be our 1/4-inch with drip emitters every 6 inches. And this is still a drip tubing. And then my favorite, I'm using it for the first time this year, is drip tape. I follow Laura from Garden Answers, and she swears by this, and I've tried it out this year and I absolutely love it. But it has emitters every 6 inches, and you're actually going to apply this with the emitters facing down, and you can cover wet mulch. Now when the water goes through it, it will puff up and become a solid tube circle, and then once the water goes down, it flattens back down. But yeah, you can just put this in the ground. They're trying to get our neighbor dog. They're stalking the fence. But you can just put this along the ground and cover it with mulch, and it works so much better and it's so much easier to use. You're gonna have end caps that look like this. This little spare piece. It literally, I didn't think it was gonna work. Like my brain was like, how's that gonna work? So you want it to be about this long, and you want this piece to actually be over here. The water doesn't leak. It's magic. It just kinks and holds, and it does not leak or squirt out from the ends of your tape. So first thing with the 1/2-inch tubing, there are different kinds of connectors, and I've seen a lot of bad reviews on Amazon for these connectors. So these ones are pressure connectors. You get the tubing and you force it in, and the pressure holds it. There's a lot of bad reviews on Amazon, but they don't have the right tubing. So this is 1/2-inch tubing from Amazon. You push it in, the water can just pressurize it right back out. That's because this is the wrong size. It's kind of like shoes. Not all sizes fit. One, different brands. I mean, it's not one size fits all. The tubing comes in slightly different sizes. It's not even that it's different sizes. There's a tubing that I get from in town, from Atwood's. The outer coating is thicker. It's actually legit thicker. When you put that in here and you put that tubing in, you can't, once it's in there, there's no taking it out. But with this one, our Amazon tubing, it's not going to work. So just make sure you have the right tubing if you want to use these kind. I've used them before. They're really great. You have to make sure you have the thicker walled 1/2-inch tubing to use this, or it's just going to slide right out. However, that being said, if you order these from Amazon, there's no problem. They fit both tubing because the inside is actually a 1/2 inch. And so if you want to go the safe route, these will fit no matter what. You have your L's, your straights for extending, and your triples. I think they might sell the X's online. I mean, I don't know why you would need it in the big tubing, but everyone's layout is different. The X is just going to have another spout right here to where you can have it connected, one going this way, one going that way. it'll look a lot like this. This is for the 1/4 inch tubing. Same exact concept, same exact pieces. Everything's the same except with the 4 inches tubing, with the 1/4 inch tubing, you have these little emitters where this part goes inside the tubing and this part sits out, and this emitter will only emit a 1/2 gallon per hour. That's good to know because depending on what you're watering, you need to make sure you have the right amount of water going into it. So that's a 1/2 inch. This is 1 gallon. These ones are 2 gallons. So that means if I run it for 15 minutes and I have a 2 gallon emitter, I know that I'm gonna get a full 1/2 gallon into the pot that it's put in. You also need to know how heavy of a watering that the plant needs and how hot your area gets. Sometimes I'll make a ring out of this with about, let me see, 4 emitters. And I'll put that in a pot, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 emitters going at once, and it's just all in what you need. My dogs are stressing me out today. Come here. You come here. You come here. Say hi. Come here. Oh, it's a little fluffy. Uh-oh, and jealous brother. Y'all go play somewhere else. Go. For drip tape, we're gonna have a few different components. We're gonna have the on-off switch. Drip goes in, tape goes in. Screw this on tightly. Now it doesn't come out anymore. Pretty simple, pretty easy, works very well. You're gonna have, this is how you get it tapped in to the 1/2 inch tubing. Same concept. Open it up, tape goes in, screw it closed, bam, nice tension. Now you have 2 end caps. This one is the cheaper version. Tape goes, I'm not 100% confident they're working for me right now. I got them first. That's just all you do. Fold it, stick it in there, pull that tight just a little bit. It's working. It's nice. They haven't failed on me, so I'm leaving them alone. But I ordered these ones for other parts of the garden, and it's the same concept as the other adapters. So you put that on there. It's being funny. Just gonna flatten that. Put that on there. Screw that on. You can use this to stake in the ground, and it's nice and taut. Hold your drip in place, and it just does amazing. But that is drip tape in a sense. Holds really good. I will show you how I'm going to place it on this little grow bed right here. I've already got everything else in the garden pretty much tapped in. I just wanted to save this last a little bit so I can show you how I'm going to apply the drip tape in place, and they're over Temu grow bags that I have right here and right here, and I gotta say, so far I'm loving them. They're working pretty well. But without further ado, let's get to adding some drip tape to the garden. This tool is also equally just as important. Okay. Now, I'm taking this adapter. This allows you to go into the tube and then punch into the line. I'm gonna run a line across these plants, and then I'm going to put a little jig that I made out of emitters and some brown 1/4 inch tubing. Okay, so first things, get right here. I'm going to punch. Now that's connected, my little helper, making sure there's no danger. When connecting it, you can actually use this little tool and help get that on there. Cut right here. We'll put an emitter. Now when the water turns on, it's going to drip into the sensor of that. For 25 minutes is what I have it set to, and it'll just slowly drip. And just like that, the emitters are in place. The last thing I have to do with this bed is add some compost and some mulch over it. And then you can see right there, my little tubing going through those pots so that they also get watered. Okay, so here is our timer. Leave that way just a little bit. It's really self-explanatory and easy to use. It goes off every morning at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. And you can set it to go off once a day, twice a day, or I guess once every 12 hours or once every 24 hours. You could also set it to go, if it's in the fall or the spring, you can have it set to go off once every other day, every 3 days, every 4 days, so on and so on. We also have a pressurized valve that makes it to, I believe, 25 PSI. And then it connects to the tubing, which wraps around our entire house. Woo. That's always a job, putting in those drip systems, but it's so worth it once you get it set up. I will try to link everything I use in this video down in the description. And I hope this helps anyone who is trying to get their drip system set up. As from someone who was hand watering every single day, it can be a chore, and it goes from enjoying your garden to stressing about having to get out there and water it, and we don't want that in our garden. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like this content, please give me a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.